You did the,
Morning, everybody.
You did the ID, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna let you do the same here. I'm gonna.
Well, just say Happy New Year and all that stuff. We'll work our way into it, all right? Do the weather, do all that stuff first, all right?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Middleboro in Review. Here as we get the show going, it is January 2nd, 2022. Yes, 2022. I didn't say 2021. We're in a new year. It's exciting. We're in 2022. And we have a great show for you today. We'll have a guest calling in later on the show. About 7:40 or so. Paul Lazarovich from Cranberry Country Journal. We'll be calling in later on here at about 7:40. But before that, we're going to have quite a few other things to talk about here on today's show. The first show of 2022. So we are going to say good morning to Don. Good morning, Don.
Good morning. Happy New Year, Joe. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year to you, Don.
We are definitely in the roaring 20s.
Don't jinx us, Don. Don't jinx us. As the Dunkin' Donuts lady said this morning, don't jinx us. Anyway, weather, 47 degrees right now in Middleboro. Rain in the forecast, possible. 49 degrees for the high today. Tomorrow, 30 degrees. So, it'll be cold tomorrow in Middleboro. Maybe some snow in the forecast, or what looks like snow. Yes, I think snow in the forecast tomorrow. For Taunton, 47 degrees, 48 for the high today. Rain in the forecast. Sun in the forecast for Taunton on Tuesday, and I think that's the same thing for Middleboro. So we will see some sun. I mean, we haven't seen some sun in a few days, but we'll see. We'll see it coming up soon. In Driscoll, North Dakota, negative 10.
That all?
Negative 10.
That ain't bad.
In Driscoll, North Dakota, negative 10, currently 15 degrees for the high today. And most of the lows are going to be in the negatives. Thursday, a high of negative 14, which that's pretty cold. That's pretty cold. Negative 24 for the low on Thursday night. That's approaching Canada weather. In parts of Canada, you see that.
No, parts of North Dakota. Right?
Well, yeah, it's worse in other parts of the country.
I.e.,
it's worse.
Driscoll, North Dakota.
It gets worse in other parts of the country when it comes to the temperature. But Driscoll, North Dakota is one of the coldest areas
in the
country.
We gotta take a ride out to both states, both city towns or whatever.
Yeah, and Driscoll, Texas, a abnormally cold 46 right now, 55 degrees for the high today. Take a guess at what the low will be, Don.
I don't know, 20s?
31. For Driscoll, Texas, 31 degrees. I don't think you see that often at all.
No, it was 80 degrees last week, wasn't it?
Yes, and it's going to be 80 degrees this week.
Well, it's just one day. I mean, it is January in Driscoll, Texas.
Yes,
and that's still the
but it is an abnormal.
Well, it's near the Galveston area, so they're near the Galvestons on the Gulf of Mexico, so
it is abnormal.
Yeah, I know. So
very abnormal to see 31 degrees.
Wouldn't you rather be in Driscoll, Texas, than Driscoll, North Dakota?
I'd rather be in Driscoll, Texas. Yes.
Right. I think it's warmer here, isn't it?
Yeah.
In both those places, isn't it? What did you say it was? What was the temperature today?
It was 40. It was 40 something right now.
In Taunton.
It's warm.
In
yeah.
Taunton, yeah,
it's warm here.
It's balmy out there.
It's warm here.
Yes.
Dawn.
Yes.
We have a little thing to play here in just a minute, but tell us about this a little.
I'm gonna segue into this. It's actually from my aunt, Grace Dalton. She passed away in 2018, and this was in 2017, I believe. It was a wedding for her son's daughter who was getting married. And in our family, it's the Aunt Grace speech, and I listen to it. I listen to it often because it inspires me to be a better person, to be caring, to love, to be kind, and I think the best thing to ring in this new year is to have some words. Just those words just put you in place. Those words really just make you feel good. Those words are inspiring. Even though it's a family member of mine or whatever, it's the only one I have that we can probably play on the radio. But it's uplifting, and it's every time you look into a new year, you try to everyone likes to make a resolution and whatnot, but make a resolution to be kind to one another. There's so much. I mean, some people are hurting. A lot of people out there are doing the best they can, trying to work and get things taken care of with the staff shortage out there. And just think twice before you snap at somebody who's working behind the counter, because there's no one showed up for work. I'm seeing signs up there everywhere. But it's nice, and hopefully you enjoy it.
All right, let's play it right now for you. We're going to get that up, and we will play it in just 1 second.
How are we doing, Joe?
Nope, in a minute.
Okay, working on the digital.
I know you're all exhausted from that last dance. So now you can sit and be quiet. What wedding would be so important as this one? With these two beautiful young people, I used to be able to say kids. I can't do that anymore. They're all grown up. And they have invited all of you to share this beautiful day with them. To share the meal that you will partake of. One that you chose. And so we think about it. We think about it from the very beginning. Where did the food come from? Who harvested the food? Who prepared the food? All people just like you and me. I prepared a lot of meals. I had a lot of children. I have more grandchildren. And I also have great-grandchildren. And they're all here today. And so we thank God for that. When we share our meal, what are we going to think about? We're going to think about Thanksgiving. This Thanksgiving. Are we going to think about our future Thanksgivings? Yes. But we need to bless the food that we are going to eat. So I'm going to ask each and every one of you to pause for a moment and think about the Thanksgiving. And to whom are we sending that Thanksgiving? We need to bless our food. Before we bless our food, we have to bless each other. And as we bless each other, take a good look at who you're sitting with. Take a good look at the people around you. Food too. The best way to bless is to be kind. And I'm going to ask each and every one of you, especially the bride and groom, in their blessings, the best way to do it is to do 10 acts of kindness every day of your life. If you do 10 acts of kindness, no small child, it's not easy. It's not hard. A smile is an act of kindness. There are people here who know what kindness is. There are people here who know they want to give out their kindness. They want a smile. They want an unasked for favor. They want joy. They want peace. They want happiness. And all of you can do that if you follow the way of the blessings. So I'm going to say, please, Lord, bless this food. Bless everyone who will partake of it. Bless those who do not have any. Bless those who could not be here with us, but are here in spirit. And they're having the best time. And so I say to each and every one of you, thank you for coming on behalf of Anna and Andrew and their parents and their sisters and their brothers and their aunts and their uncles and their cousins. And we have them by the dozen. So I now personally bless all of you. It's a privilege to have met you. It's a privilege to be with you. And that's my blessing for today.
And that was Grace Dalton. And Don, thoughts?
A little feedback there, huh?
Little feedback there. We're trying to get all the mics back on here.
Yeah, sitting there. I know. I hear you. Kind of try to, do your thing.
I put your mic on first, and maybe that was a mistake. But...
Yeah, I think so. But
anyway,
that's all right. That's whatever.
Anyway, Don, thoughts on that?
I just think it's a good New Year's blessing. A good New Year's message.
Absolutely.
I think just to be kind. Just be kind. Just try to be kind. People going through a lot, especially with COVID, especially with everything that's been going on the last 2 years and everything else that life throws at us.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a positive message. It's a message I go back and listen to it from time to time.
Yeah.
And I really think, and that was actually one of her last times out before she passed away. So that was something special in our family, but something to do with my family. I think it's more a universal blessing for everybody out there. So that's my blessing for 2022.
Okay, 7:19 a.m. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we are going to talk a little bit about the passing of Betty White and the passing of John Madden. Two very important people that we have lost over the past week. Actually, we've lost a couple of very important people over the past week. Betty White, John Madden, Harry Reid as well. So we've lost quite a few very important people over the past week, and we will talk about that when we come back. And we also have a couple of different stories here as well. We're gonna try to get to as well. We also have Paul Lazarovich calling in at 7:40. He'll be calling in at 7:40. We will talk to him about a few different things. We'll get his thoughts on Betty White and John Madden, and we'll get his thoughts on 2022 as well. He had a show yesterday. We'll talk a little bit about that with him later on, about 7:40 or so. So, let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back here on Middleboro Review on WVBF.
Thanks for playing that, Joe.
No problem.
That was awesome. Would you turn my mic on too fast?
I did something. I don't know. It's okay. We're good. Nothing happened. I can still hear. Didn't blow my hearing out.
That was bad. I think you turned my mic on too fast, right?
I don't know. Maybe I had your mic on or something. Or, I don't know. Something.
Don't you shut all mics off when...
Yeah, I did that. Yeah. I don't know. Why I don't know why I did wrong.
Always just turn your mic on first. And
Yeah.
just give it a nice little pause.
Yeah.
Totally get off that.
Yeah.
And then turn your mic on. Do it in sequence, you know?
Yeah. We might get to this next week, but I have a story about the new Quincy MBTA bus depot.
Really?
They're gonna do a project. They're gonna
At the same location?
at the former Lowe's, they're gonna build a new bus depot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think they're going to make the buses electric. So we might get to that next week.
It's a good idea. They still have the Quincy Center bus there, too.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Martha Clopin, your host for Medicare Moment with Martha. Each week, we present the latest...
Good morning, everybody who's on.
and lifestyle
Good morning, Paul.
issues that affect you and
Happy New
your
Year.
family. It's fascinating, fast-paced, and fun as we explore all aspects of the Medicare maze. So join me for a Medicare Moment with Martha, Saturday mornings at 8.
I gotta
and
check with
Sunday
Mark
mornings at
tomorrow.
9
We got
on
the
AM 1530
Spark Street
and
Auto
99.7
check.
FM. WVBF,
Well, just play it. I'm sure you have.
No, I'm just gonna check with him tomorrow. I'm still playing it. I had to just telling you I had to check with him.
Yeah.
See if he got it or not. I'm sure he would have called
Did
me.
you drop did you get your hours to him?
What?
Did you get your hours to him?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did.
Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495.
Ooh, I gotta get my today in histories up. Maybe we'll do that segment with Paul on the phone.
Yeah, all right.
He does the today in histories and birthdays as well.
Who started that, Tony? Oh, you did.
He started that. Well, Tony does that
Yeah.
a lot.
Tony's been doing that for years, I bet.
Okay, 106. Okay. And today is the 2nd.
995 Bedford Street is dedicated to preserving traditional martial arts. At Bridgewater Martial Arts, you will learn about Chinese Kempo style of martial arts. They are celebrating their 30th year. To learn more about Bridgewater Martial Arts, call the number at 508-697-4947 or visit their website, bridgewatermartialarts.com.
Okay.
I think that was your best commercial.
Back up. Really? Yeah? You think?
One of them, yeah.
I think it's done well.
That's really done well.
Okay, and we are back here on Middleboro in review. And so, let's talk a little bit about Betty White and John Madden. So, Betty White, John Madden passed away this week. John Madden, I believe it was on the 28th that he passed. And Betty White was on New Year's Eve morning. I believe she passed away. John Madden, Hall of Fame coach, 10 years in the league for the Oakland Raiders. He won the 1976 Super Bowl with the Oakland Raiders. He won 103 regular season games, 10 more postseason games. So 113 games total as head coach of the Raiders. That is still a record as of this year. It is still a record among Oakland Raiders coaches. So he has the most wins out of any Oakland Raiders coach. He's made 7 AFC title games. Again, winning it all in 1976. 7.59 winning percentage, which is the best among NFL coaches with more than 100 wins. He was also a sports analyst for 3 decades, calling games and winning an unprecedented 16 Emmy Awards for outstanding sports analyst and personality. He covered 11 Super Bowls. His last one was 2009, and that was the Steelers and the Cardinals. That was a very good Super Bowl. I believe that came down to the end of the game. I think those two teams were really good, evenly matched teams, and we got a really good Super Bowl out of that one. So he was a very important figure in the NFL, and he made it to the Hall of Fame. I'm not sure exactly what year he was in, but he got in. He's in the Hall of Fame, and deservingly so. He is a legend in the sport of NFL, and the sport of football, and in the league of the NFL. He is a legend in the league. Don, your thoughts on John Madden? Any fond memories of hearing John Madden on the TV or radio?
Just growing up, watching football with my dad, and I realized be John Madden because he was pretty much in the 90s. He did a lot of his football commentary because he was coaching in the 80s. Still. 79
to 2009, it says here.
Okay, well, you know what? That's, between Howard Cosell, between John Madden and other announcers, it's a time capsule of memories because I watched football with my father and my brother. Sometimes willing, sometimes kicking and screaming, but would always watch our football. And John Madden was always a soundtrack in my psyche as far as memories with my family. So that's something that, and plus you got to look at his video game.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, the video games
he
too.
Did really good at that.
The video games were great.
I made a lot of money.
And are still great.
Yeah. So I mean, you gotta a shrewd businessman too at that point,
Yeah, absolutely. The second person we lost over the past few days was Betty White. Betty White, just an amazing actress. 1/4 of the Golden Girls, which are all now up in heaven.
They're all dancing in heaven.
They're all dancing in heaven, yeah.
Right now, all 4. Yeah.
All 4 of them. Just a great actress. It was in so many different things.
You know what? We need an hour show.
Yeah,
on her.
Exactly.
Mary Tyler Moore, the Golden Girls. She had her own show.
Hot in Cleveland was another show that she was on.
She was always on the Hollywood Squares.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I mean, you need an hour to go through her.
I think she was the oldest. She's the oldest person to host an episode of Saturday Night Live, I think, which is really cool. She's done a lot of great things.
So 99 years.
99 years old, and
she would have been 100 on January 17th.
Yeah, and finally, we lost Harry Reid, the very important legislator from Nevada. He was from a small town in Nevada too.
Senator, yeah.
A senator from Nevada.
Senator, yep.
I'm not sure exactly what the name of the town is. I can get it up right now. But he spent years in Senate. From 87 to 2017. He's from... I can get the name of the town here. I gotta do a whole bunch of scrolling down. Okay, Searchlight, Nevada. Searchlight, Nevada, which is a town of 539 people. from a small town in Nevada, and one of the most important senators in Nevada history.
You know what he reminded me of? I think the art of negotiating is gone because everything's so partisan now, and it's sad. But he reminded me of Tip O'Neill a little bit.
Yep.
You know, because it's just like back then, they'd be bickering on the floor, and U.S. politics are U.S. politics.
Yeah. But
they were, they could get together after it all and have a drink with each other and be civil.
Yeah.
It's just that's gone. It's just, and I think he might have been the last of that, in my opinion, because Tip O'Neill, him and Reagan were good friends, and they were, different parts. They were Democrat and Republican, and they were always whatever, had different ideologies, but they, but I hope that comes back. I think, we can politically have our differences, but as far as the, as far as being mean to each other and not respecting one another, again, you got to be kind. That's the message for 22, in my opinion. And also, too, on a note with Betty White, I've been on a Andrew Gold kick. He did the theme song.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for being a friend. The whole song. So it's funny because I don't know why. I was just looking up Golden Girls about 2 months ago, and I have a Facebook friend, and she's big on Golden Girls. She's a Golden Girls nut. She's just everything Golden Girls. So whatever. She posted something, and I saw something, and I just said, I want to hear that song, and the whole song popped up by Andrew Gold. And that obviously was the theme song for the show. And it's a great show. It's a great show, and it's a great song by Andrew Gold. So if you ever want to listen to that whole song, Thank You for Being a Friend, it's Andrew Gold. He put it out about 1978, and it's just one of those 70s songs. It's a good song, makes you feel good. So,
all right, let's do that. Let's do this story. Let's do this next story here. This is a story. I hope my grandfather is listening to this one. I picked this story out. This caught my eye, and this the name of the article is "Big Oyster Smackdown." Who has the biggest oyster? Cuddy Hunk Shellfish Farms or New York rival? And this is the story out of New Bedford. And Oyster Smackdown has been triggered. New Yorkers believe they have the biggest oyster at 8.6 inches in length and 1.9 pounds. However, Cuddy Hunk Shellfish Farms has found one 8-inch long and over 2 pounds. The search started after Garfield and Charmaine Gahan, the farm's manager, saw an article in the New York Times regarding the Billion Oyster Project, which referred the biggest oyster, nicknamed Big, discovered in the harbor. According to the website, the Billion Oyster Project's goal is restoring oyster reefs to the New York harbor. Oyster reefs provide habitat for hundreds of species and can protect the city from storm damage as well as softening the blow of large waves, reducing flooding, and preventing erosion along the shorelines. The ultimate goal is to have 1 billion oysters in and around the harbor to help clean up the pollution in the water. In September of this year, the organization will be celebrating its 100 millionth oyster. That's a really cool article, Don.
Yeah. Cuddy Hunk in New York, huh?
Cuddy Hunk in New York, yeah.
Well, Massachusetts and New York have always been rivals anyway. The New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox.
Yes.
So that's that's fitting.
That's another yeah. That's another
good.
Interesting story for
Yeah, hopefully Grandpa was listening, huh?
Yeah, hopefully he was. I know he's into that kind of stuff, and that was a story for him. I just wanted to do that story. All right, we have a few minutes before we take a commercial break. When we come back from commercial break, we're going to have Paul Lazarovich on. He is going to talk with us for a few minutes. We're going to ask him a few different things. So stay tuned for that. If we have a few minutes, if you want to call in at all to the show, 508-822-1106 is the number. 508-822-1106 is the number. And hopefully we have some sun today. It's been cloudy over the past couple of days. No sun. So hopefully we get some sun today. I mean, some sun is forecast for Tuesday. Hopefully we get some sun on Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this isn't a month I have with the sun. I mean, we're going into January, and hopefully we don't have many storms. And my cousin broke her leg on Christmas morning. I saw it on Facebook. My cousin Peggy. So I mean, I know Christmas morning, the North Shore. She lives up in somewhere up in Wilmington, somewhere up that way, Billerica way, and they got a little ice Christmas morning. Remember the little weather we had Christmas morning?
Yes.
Well, she fell, and she's in a cast. So, I mean, it's just the winter does bring a lot of added hardships to everybody as far as slips and flip and falls. It can be devastating to a family member or anybody who slips and falls. So that's one thing I always worry about winter. I mean, winter's nice and stuff like that, but there's so much hazards involved, accidents and whatnot. So I just need to take it easy.
Absolutely.
Go slow. Don't rush. It's, once you get snow on the ground, everything slows down. When I deliver oil, that's it. My progress is based in half. Half of what I can normally do is based. I could do 50% of it.
Okay, real quick, sports update. Let's do a quick sports update before we take a break. Because Paul Lazarovich will be calling in just a few minutes.
You got your commercials done too, right, sir?
Yeah, I got commercials in a few minutes. Let's just do a quick sports thing, though. So Patriots versus Jacksonville Jaguars are this afternoon. This is not the Jacksonville Jaguars of 2018.
No, they're good now.
They're not good now.
Oh, they're not good now.
They're 2-13 right now.
Oh, okay. What do I know?
This is not the Jacksonville Jaguars of 2018.
I can't be a sports guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But do not I'm not going to expect a blowout. I hope there's no blowout. Honestly, I hope that this game. Yes, the Patriots will win the game. Probably by 14 or more points. Hopefully.
Are they playing in Florida?
No, they're playing at home.
Oh, are they?
I believe so. Yep. Jacksonville Jaguars at Middleton Patriots.
It's not cold. It would be, have them come up and it's like 9 below. I mean,
Jacksonville, has some offensive weapons. Not many. Their quarterback, when he's good, he's good. So the Patriots have to be careful. They cannot overestimate the Jaguars. And I am not overestimating the Jaguars either. Even though they're 2-13, you've definitely seen some interesting things this season with teams. Like the Lions versus Cardinals game as well. So I'm not going to say that this is going to be a blowout. But we'll see. Celtics and Orlando Magic. This should be a must. This should be a game that the Celtics will win. It is a must-win for the Celtics. The Orlando Magic are 7-29, and the Boston Celtics are 17-19. But we'll see what happens in that game this afternoon at 6:00, or this evening at 6:00. And 1:00, a matinee game for the Bruins versus the Detroit Red Wings. And that will be coming up at 1:00. Like I said, it's a matinee game. And Bruins and Red Wings. Okay, so that is sports. We are going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, Paul Lazarovich here on Middleboro in review on WVBF. We'll be right back, everybody. 100.
Clay's Market in business since 1986
that up.
is the home to amazing subs, friendly service, and local convenience. They only use the best ingredients.
Alright, I'll call him up in a minute.
So you gonna call him?
Either I gotta call him or he will call in.
Open every day from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Just wait a minute. I'll wait a minute and
North Main Street in Raynham.
see if he calls in, and then if not, I'll call him.
This program is presented by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Oh, wait
Centers for
here.
Disease Control and Prevention is working to help keep you and your community safe from COVID-19. Take the following everyday steps to protect yourself and others. Get a COVID-19 vaccine as soon as you can. If you are not fully vaccinated, wear a mask in indoor public places. Children under the age of 2 should not wear a mask. If you are fully vaccinated, wear a mask in indoor public places if you are in an area of substantial or high transmission, or if you have a weakened immune system. Stay 6 feet from others who are not part of your household. Avoid crowds and poorly ventilated spaces. Wash your hands often. Cover coughs and sneezes. Clean high-touch surfaces daily. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
For the most accurate health information, visit cdc.gov or call 1-800-CDC-INFO.
Okay, I'm gonna call him.
Say, you gonna call him, Paul?
Hey, Paul, if you're on there. Oh, it might be. He's gonna be calling. I think he might be calling in just a minute. Okay. Alright, I wait for him to call in. Oh, wait. Here he is. Good morning, WVBF.
Hey, Joe, it's Paul.
Hey, Paul, how are you?
Good, good. Hey, listen to the show. Sounds good.
All right, it's good. We'll be on in just about 30 seconds.
Okay, I'll hold on.
Oop, 320, got it. All right. All right, and welcome back to Middleboro in Review. And we have Paul Lazarovich on the phone. I'm going to say good morning to Paul. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Paul. Happy New Year to you. Good to hear your voice.
What do you think of the other rant? I always look forward to those from you and your dad.
We didn't do a rant. We played something. My aunt Gracie did something in 2016. It was a blessing. It was a speech at a wedding, and it was something for New Year's, meaning to be kind, be caring, peace. It was just something that I thought was appropriate to start the show off with. And Joey, of course, it's Joe's show, so
yes.
He's the one who
Yeah.
okayed it over here. He's the boss.
Yeah.
So we played that. I really didn't rant, but I'm gonna rant next week, big time. I gotta make up for this week.
Yeah. So what we had a lot on today's show so far, and what I want to talk to you about, what I want to ask you is your thoughts on the passing of Betty White and John Madden.
My Monday Night Football was John Madden and Dandy Don Meredith and Howard Cosell and the crew. And I just thought John Madden was just so insightful. He knew his football. And it was funny because it was new when he would circle all the players on the screen, so you'd see it. He would call the plays out, and the insightfulness that he brought to the game was good. And you know what I liked about Madden? He was a regular guy. You know, he wasn't a broadcaster. He was an insider that knew a lot, but he didn't talk down to you as a football analyst. And I thought he was a lot of fun. And again, I just think he was just a regular guy, and that's why I liked him. Even though I never played John Madden football, but I liked him. He was one of the breed of Monday Night Football announcers, and he was well known for it, well loved. What I also found interesting about John Madden, there was some talk that he left analyzing the game because of his fear of flying. And I thought, I never liked to fly myself, and John Madden would travel from game to game on those Monday nights via a bus. And he would, every now and then, they would show the inside of his bus and so forth. And I don't know if you remember that, Don, but he just had a fear of flying.
No, I don't remember that at all. But a lot of people did in that age bracket. My aunt didn't want to fly. My mother-in-law never liked to fly. There's a lot of people that didn't like to fly, and I remember taking my aunt to Florida a couple of times, and we had to drive, for weddings and then up to upstate New York. She never flew. So, I mean, yeah, there was some people, it was in the DNA that they just would not get on an airplane.
I said, I'm going to look into that because I got to fly in another week. And I went there, and I went with my wife, and she sat outside, and I went inside, and I came out, the time was over, and I said, I don't think he did anything at all. I've only been in there for about 5 minutes. And my wife said, no, you've been in there for an hour. And what I know it worked for me because when I got on the plane, I would still fly prior to that, but I would hold on to a magazine as if it would bring me good luck. And if I turned the page, a disaster would happen. But I remember reading the entire magazine and actually putting the magazine down. So I remember calling her when I landed in Denver, and I said, hey, this hypnologist thing really works. So it's helped alleviate my fear of flying. I've since flown visiting my family down in Georgia and so forth, but I'm still not 100% comfortable flying all the time. But I love taking the train. So that's my fear of flying story this morning. I got to ask you two guys because I love the commentary you always bring. What, Joe and Don, I'm curious, what do you think the number one story is for Middleboro this past year? What was that number one story?
I think the number one story was the high school.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. It read my mind. The new high school. The new high school is beautiful. They did such a great job on it. They really didn't fall behind. I mean, they were building that during COVID, so they really didn't fall behind on schedule as far as the work. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful high school. And yeah, I think so too. I'm not sure about anything second or whatever, but
Oh, you go ahead. Go ahead. Finish up.
What, Batesfield, right?
Battis.
Battisfield, yeah.
Battis.
Over where the pool
Battis.
is. Yeah, Battisfield. Yeah.
For years, my two daughters were cheerleaders and we never missed games. But Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think the big story was the high school. It was just I can't wait to get in and really see it. Other than just going in, I had to go to an office or something sometime.
Middleboro has a lot of cutting edge facilities because they got the new police station, and also the MatCam studios, which I think they finished 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
A couple years ago, yeah.
And oh my God, it's like just as nice as like any NBC studio and anything you'd see like in a total professional matter. It's just so nice. And Karen had a lot to do with the design and the committee, the cable committee. Was it called the cable committee? What they call it, the cable committee?
The permanent cable committee.
Yeah, they had a lot to do with it, and they did such an awesome job. If you ever got inside there, oh my God, it is perfect. It's one of the nicest studios I've seen in a long, long time, and it's new. You know, it's in the old bank building. It's really it's nestled in nice.
Fortunately, I had the pleasure and the honor of serving on the cable committee, and Bob Silva and Karen Foy, they Bob is the director of the committee, and Karen's the head of McCann, and she's just committed to making that a state-of-the-art facility, and I told her to always remind me of the NBC studio,
right?
The studio right on the street where people could look in. And
that's what it reminds me of.
Just a beautiful piece of work.
I mean, Karen Foy, I gotta give her I have a special place in my heart because she hired Joey. Joey was Rickard Young, and she helped him get a job doing the filming, and he spent a lot of time, hanging out at the Board of Selectmen meetings and helping out with the sound and whatnot, and I think she helped Joey. She talked to Steve Callahan about getting a job here. Wasn't that the case? Wasn't that she kind of? So, because I know Steve Callahan, the previous owner of WVVF, was on the committee at that point in time when they were building that. Oh, when you got hired in 2017 here.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I can't say enough. I mean, that didn't happen this year, but I mean, that was really impressive in my eyes, the opening of that studio.
Yeah, absolutely. And something. Oh, go ahead.
Has done it. He's personally helped me out with the technical aspects. I really stink at it, and I always feel confident when Joey's around. I'll just say, Joe, I don't know what to do, and boom, he's in there fixing it. And he's done his show, I think, for how many years now, Joe? Middleboro in Review?
Middleboro Review will be entering its third year in April.
He now can add a football game to his resume. He's done technical things there. And, Joe, you are the Renaissance man of WVVF and one of the nicest guys and a very helpful guy to me. I always appreciate it. I always felt confident in the beginning. Oh, thank goodness Joe was there. I'd be yelling at Joe, I don't know what to do. And he would fix it. And he knows his stuff, too. So I'm proud to know you, Joe, and working with you. Thank you. He
works really good under pressure.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
He really does. That's a key. A lot of people fold when the pressure's on them, and especially in radio, because you can't really. I mean, people mess up here and there, but I mean, the big mess up is crazy. You know what I mean?
All right. We have a few minutes. I would like to do one other thing, and get your thought on it. Today in history. I love to do these towards the end of the show. I do them every Sunday. So today is January 2nd, and today's Today in History is 1967. Ronald Reagan, past movie actor and future President of the United States, is sworn in as Governor of California. And our second one, 1991, Sharon Pratt Kelly becomes the first African-American woman mayor of a major city and the first woman mayor of the District of Columbia. And this January 2nd, 1991. Our birthdays today, we have two birthdays. 1909, Barry Goldwater, American politician, businessman, and author. 1947, Jack Hanna, American zoologist and author. And our passing aways today, our deaths. 1994, Dixie Lee Ray, an American biologist and politician. She was the 17th governor of Washington. And Gene Aukerland, on this day in 2019, a American wrestling announcer for WWE and WCW.
Mean Gene.
Mean Gene, just a great guy.
What do you know about Mean Gene?
The WWF, not WCW. I mean, WWF.
What memories you got of Mean Gene, Paul? In your...
You know what? I'm not a modern day wrestler, but as a kid, I came out of the Bruno San Martino, Professor Tora Tanaka years, and that's when I knew a little bit more about wrestling. But modern wrestling, outside of knowing who the Hulk is, I think that's about and of course The Rock, the extent of my wrestling knowledge. Do you remember? How about you two guys? Who are your favorite wrestlers?
Well, Joey's the wrestling guru of the family, but I remember Ox Baker from the 70s. I remember, who else? Help me out. They were brothers there. I don't know. You know I'm talking about, the brothers there. There were like four of them.
I don't know.
What I'm talking about.
No, I don't actually. No.
I think you do, but you know what? You'll remember when this interview's over.
Yes, yeah. I'll remember in the middle of the week.
Well, Dusty Rhodes is another one.
Oh, yes. Dusty Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, Dustin Rhodes.
The
Rhodes brothers,
yeah,
yes.
it was the whole family.
Yeah.
And then the father, and they had the sons. So,
and Cody is currently like the vice president, president of a major wrestling promotion. He's done a really good job for himself.
Talk about family ties there, huh?
Dad and son radio show that I know of. I think it's cool. I love when you bounce your opinions against each other, and I look forward to listening to you on Sunday mornings. I set my alarm, and I got up a little bit late this morning, but I like to see what's going on in the area, and I look forward to hearing with you guys. And I love when you guys talk about, hey, Joe, what do you want to go for breakfast? So
yeah.
Before I say goodbye, where are you going for breakfast today?
I don't know. We'll probably go to Coletti's and get a sub, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably go there.
Joe loves that chicken pot.
Oh yeah. but one thing that me and Joe, sometimes we get contentious too on the, we kind of get, you can kind of tell, we get on each other's nerves, and that's like the real father and son thing, because we're both so opinionated, because he's a product of me and I'm a product of, so I mean, it's just, I think it makes for good real radio.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh. Thank you so much, Paul.
Good talking to you. Happy New Year, Paul.
Happy New Year, Paul. Yeah.
Hey, Paul. If you can look back at the Facebook, all right, and listen to the speech, you might like it, Paul. Did you hang up?
No. Yeah, I think he did.
Okay. Whatever.
That's okay.
I think he heard me on Facebook. I'll text it to him.
Okay. That'll do it for today's program. 8:01 a.m. So we're gonna say goodbye. We'll be back next week, January 9th, 2021. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye. All right. Great show.
Oh, I could send that to Paul, right? That speech?
Yeah. If you're friends with him, right, on Facebook? Yeah. Yes, you can.
I'll do a messenger, right?
Yes.
Broadcasting live from the Tom
News
Federal
here.
Credit Union Studios at 14 Church Green, we are AM 1530, WVBF, Middleboro, Taunton, and W259DD, Middleboro Center, 99.7 FM, your hometown radio station.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. Mike and Paul and everybody else, thank you for listening to today's Middleboro Review. We'll be back next week, January 9th, 2022.